My name is Rachel and I'm teaching a mixed level Pilates class. So we will build on all the levels. We will go from beginner to more advanced levels. So you choose where you want to go to in the exercises today and take it in your own stride. And I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start off today on the center of the mat, but legs nice and wide, so really wide apart. We want them even wider than shoulder distance. Toes slightly turned out each direction. From there, we'll take a big inhale. We'll send the fingertips up to the ceiling. As we exhale, we open the arms out, chest open, chin to the chest. Big inhale, send the fingertips up to the ceiling. And as we exhale, we open out, chin to the chest. One more time here, big inhale. As we reach up, we'll hold it here. Right hand takes hold of the left thumb. We'll look forward with our vision. The arms are in line with our ears here. And we'll take a lean over to the right hand side, encouraging the left thumb over with the right hand and feeling a nice stretch along the left hand rib cage and waist. We come back to center, big inhale. And then as we exhale, we release over to the right hand side, encouraging the left thumb over. Big inhale back to center. And as we exhale, back over to the right hand side, keeping the left arm in line with the ear. Try not to let it come forward. Coming back to center, look up, two hands release. We take hold of the right thumb with the left hand and we look forward again, the arms in line with the ears. We reach over, bending from the rib cage to the left hand side, reaching and feeling that nice stretch along the rib cage. We come back to center, inhale. As we exhale, we reach over and then inhale to center. Two more here. Exhale, release. Inhale, back to center. Release the two arms down. Chin comes to chest. We start to roll down towards the mat. Take a soft bend in the knees. Release everything heavy. Take a big inhale. And as we exhale, release down. Big inhale. And as we exhale, really expel all the air, all the stresses and strains in the world down to the mat. Big inhale. And as we exhale, we start to walk our hands over towards the right and lean over to the right leg. We can then bring our hands to the knee and we're folding forward from the waist here. And then we'll lean back to center and we come over to the left hand side. Really release down, but feel that stretch in the inner thigh of the long leg. You might even want to send it further away and then come back to center, leaning down, bending from the upper body forward. Back to center, releasing down, exhale, sending the pelvis down low, coming back to center, releasing down, coming back to center, releasing down. We're going to add on. If that's enough for you, you continue with that. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, left hand comes to the right foot, right arm goes up. When we're here, guys, we want to try and send that right shoulder back a little. And then we bring the right hand back to the mat and we walk across with the hands. We lean into we lean over to the left hand side, right hand to the mat, left hand up. We walk the hands back and over, left hand to right foot, right hand up. We walk the hands back over, right hand to left foot, left hand up, top shoulder back. We walk back again. Left hand down, right hand up. Last one here. Walk across. Left hand up, right hand down. We walk back, but this time we bring our right elbow to the thigh. Lean over. Really feel the release in the pelvis into the thigh. With the left hand, we come up and over. Look with your vision initially, then look forward. Send the fingertips away so it's in line with the ear. We want to avoid the chest falling forward. We want that stretch, a diagonal line from the fingertips to the toes on the left hand side. We bring that left hand down to the mat, right hand down, walk across. We lean the left elbow onto the left thigh, stretch and release into the pelvis. Send the arm up, look up with our vision, then we look forward. We send the fingertips away. Lovely long diagonal line from the fingertips to the toes. The right arm comes down. We walk across, one more on each side, elbow to thigh, looking up and then looking forward. Send the fingertips away. We should feel that lovely stretch in the mid-center of the body. Left hand comes down. We walk across. We lean onto the left thigh. We send the fingertips away. Look forward. Reach away. Long stretch. Right hand comes back to the mat. We come back to center. We heel toe the feet in a little bit. And then we have the 2 feet now facing forwards, then the toes facing slightly out. Right hand comes to the center of the mat, and you open up with the left towards the ceiling. So we're trying to stack one shoulder on top of the other if possible. Left hand comes down. We open up with the right to the ceiling. Right shoulder on top of left. We bring it back down. Left hand up high. We bring it back down. So knees are relatively straight. We want this movement coming from the rib cage rather than the hips coming with us. We've one more on each side. And down. And last one. And back down. This time we're going to walk our hands around to the left, apologies. We turn the left foot to face forwards. We turn the right foot to face forwards. We bring the right knee down. We bring the body upright. Send the fingertips up to the ceiling. Reach up. Release the shoulders down. Big inhale. As we exhale, we open out. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. 2 hands reach away from each other to find space. Big inhale, 2 hands up to the ceiling. And as we exhale, we open out the opposite direction. Right fingertips back. Look back at the back hand. Big inhale, come back to center. We fold forward with the 2 hands here. We tuck the toes in underneath on the right foot and lift the right knee. Send the right foot back a little as we release the pelvis down here. Releasing down on our exhale. Big inhale, exhale. And then we're going to straighten up the front leg and we send the back heel down. We try to release our head towards the front knee. Breathe here. Might be a little bit of discomfort, but taking a big breath. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. We walk our hands around back to center. The feet follow. We walk our hands around to the right foot and we come to 2 feet facing down the opposite end of the mat, and we bring the left knee down and we bring ourselves back up to upright. So our right leg is in front here. Take a big inhale, fingertips up to the ceiling, release the shoulders down. We open out, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. 2 hands reach away, we find lovely space across the chest. Big inhale, we look up. Exhale, we open out the opposite way. 2 hands reach back. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, we open out. Again, the hands reach away from each other. Big inhale, reach up. And as we exhale, we open out. Hands reaching away. Up to the ceiling again, the 2 hands fold forward. We tuck the toes in underneath the left foot. The left knee lifts and we drop and release the pelvis. We might need to scoot that left foot back a little in order to kind of feel that length in the back leg. Release the pelvis down. And then we straighten up, send the hips back, the front leg straightens, the back heel goes back. We keep the head towards the knee if possible. Big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. We start to walk our hands back around towards our left foot. We come back, we meet in center here, and we release. We let go of the head, neck, and shoulders. We shake it all out. And then we walk our hands around to the left foot. We send the left foot back to meet the right. We come in downward dog. Sorry if I'm moving around funny, just to keep the head in the right direction. We walk it out. We send the heels down. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. And we bring our 2 knees down onto the mat here. Well done, guys. Okay, we're going to bring our elbows down onto the mat. And we want to make sure that the elbows aren't out too wide. We're going to bring them in a little bit here. And then we're going to walk our knees forward a little bit so that our collarbones are in line with our wrists. When we look down, our knuckles are what we see, or our fingers, rather than being back here. Have a check then. If you're like me now, my knees are forward and not in line with my hips. I might need to just walk them back a little. So checking your position is correct here, where that your knees are in line with the hips, but that your collarbones are in line with the wrists. We're going to draw up on our rib cage a little. So the mouth of your core being the lower rib and the hip, we close that. If we find that we're down here with our two shoulder blades touching, we're going to come into our lower back as we lift our legs here. So we want to really be careful about drawing up, pressure into the forearms, into the arms. We're up into the shoulders, up into the rib cage to protect our lower back. So we'll send our right leg long behind, flex the toes. Have a check now of your weight. It'll go predominantly over to the left-hand side. We want to send it over to the right a little. It's not where you want to go, but we'll just try to keep that in mind. And we draw up on the rib cage. We tap the floor with the toe. We lift the leg nice and straight and high. However, with control, because again, if we throw it up, it's going to come into our lower back. And it's the type of lower back thing that doesn't happen until you feel it tomorrow, so just be careful. You don't have to go too high. We want to use the correct movement to get there, the glute. When you get here, you lift higher from the glute rather than your lower back, drawing up on the rib cage. We've 3 and 2, and the last one here, keeping the heel flexed. Bend in the knee, bring it down towards the mat, and then send your heel to the ceiling. Again with control, nothing into that lower back. And we bring it in, we send it high. Check the weight hasn't gone over to the left-hand side. We want to keep it on the right-hand side. Heel is flexed, energy up to the ceiling, the knee comes back in. Draw up on that rib cage, lovely work. We've got 5 and in, and 4 and in, 3, 2, and then last one here, we'll let the knee come back down, not to touch the mat, but just to hover, and then we come out to the side, lift the pelvis high, and back out, opening out the pelvis, and back in. We've got 5, back out, 3, I think I skipped 4, and 2, and last one here, we'll send it out long, we hold it here, point the toe. We're going to bring the right leg across the left and tap the floor on the other side. We draw a really nice big rainbow with that toe, and we try to bring it around to in line with the hip here, tap the floor. Lifting high behind in a rainbow shape, tap the floor behind. And again, up on the rib cage so we don't come into our lower back. Don't go so high if you feel that you are going into the lower back or if you have lower back issues. We've got 3, send it around, tap, and 2, sending it around, nice high rainbow, and last one here. We send it long behind, hold it here. Try to keep that right leg floating. We bring the right hand to the mat, the left hand to the mat. So checking our setup here is important. We want 10 fingers spread wide. We want the shoulder in line with the wrist. We want to make sure we're up in the rib cage, up in the shoulders. We're not here down into our wrists. Bringing our attention now, I know that right leg might be getting a bit tired, but holding it here for a second. Bringing our attention now to our elbows. So with our hand flat on our mat, on our shoulder where it is, we can turn our elbows without moving anything else. So the front of the elbow, the crease, can turn. We want to turn that so that the crease faces forwards. When we come into what we call a Pilates press up, we have the crease facing forward so we can keep the elbow in tight. You can see here how my elbow can go in. So 2 elbows, the creases face forward. We're thinking about the forehead going forward here in this press up that we're doing. Now it's completely fine if you literally feel this is as far as I'm going today. That's no problem, come to here. If you feel you're a little bit more advanced, you're thinking a forward movement, back leg high, forehead down, elbows in tight. That's what we're looking for. So we've got 5 and back up. Even just a little bend in the elbows is fine. 4 and back up. 3 and back up. Last 2, back up. Elbows in tight. We come back up, we place that right foot on the mat. Woo, nice break. We send the left foot back behind. Break is over. In a plank. And we come into down dog. Send the heels down. Lovely work. We're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Soft bend in the knees. And we roll ourselves back up. We send the hands up to the ceiling. Big inhale. As we exhale, we open out the chest, chin to the chest. We roll back down, soft bend in the knees. To the hands come to the feet. We walk back out. We're back in our plank. We have a couple of options here, guys. We can just hold it, that's a big enough challenge. We could maybe turn those elbows so the creases go forwards, and we take a full Pilates press up here, and we come back up. We have an other added extra, 2 feet down, or we keep that right leg raised. When we come back to our down dog, we have a 3-leg down dog. So your options here are 2 legs down for the down dog, 1 leg down for the down dog. Then you walk your hands back, so you're either on 2 legs or on 1. If you're on the 1, you keep the right leg floating, and you come up to standing. You reach up. You try not to put the right foot down like I did. And you open out. Chin to the chest. We walk down. So guys, as I said, we're building. Don't feel obliged to do the harder version. It's only if you're feeling that you are more advanced. And then we come out to plank again. Either with 2 feet down or 1 leg floating, the right leg floating. We turn the elbows, maybe just hold the plank, maybe take a press up. We come back up. We're either in a normal down dog or in a 3-leg down dog. We walk the hands back up, and we keep that right leg away from the floor if possible if you're on the 1 leg. We reach up to the ceiling. We open out. Now here, guys, whether you're on 1 leg or 2 legs, you now lift the right leg and you step forward. And we're standing. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring our right hand up to the ceiling, our left hand down to the floor. We want to find length in those arms. So the right fingertips reach right up, the left fingertips reach right down. And we come down to a lunge, and we come back up. Down to a lunge, and we come back up. So as we go through this, guys, I'm going to talk you through a few things. We want to make sure, again, that this right knee is in line with the heel, not coming over the toes. We want to make sure we're in the heel, driving up to the glute. Back leg comes down nice and low, not resting on the mat, but just touching. We're lengthening those arms. And then we're going to bring a bit of movement into the arms and a bit of movement into the legs. So we'll start to swing and bounce, and really exaggerate the swing in those arms, getting lovely movement into the shoulders as we go up and down, sending them right back as much as possible. We've 3 and 2. Last one, we hold it down, we pulse. So we're sending the weight to this front leg because we're going to be bringing this back leg with us. We've 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We step up, we change the arms over. The left leg comes high. We step it back, the arms go over, the foot comes down with control. We lunge. Feeling free to use a wall or anything to help you with the balance. Just use it lightly if possible. Sending it back with control is key. Try not to throw it down. And lunge. Step it back up. Lovely work. We've got 3 here. Lunge, step it back up. And 2. Lunge. Last one here. Step it back down. Lunge. We meet back up with the left leg high. So a little bit of a balance challenge here. The 2 arms come out in front. We send the left leg out in front. And then we fall over. We take a bend in the left leg. We send the left leg long behind. We come into a T shape, trying to drop the chest towards the mat, the left leg long behind. Then you're bringing the body back up, the left knee back up. The left knee comes high, the left leg comes out, flex the heel. Take a bend in the knee, and then send it long behind into your T shape. Last one here, guys. We come back up. We take a bend in that left knee. We send it long. We flex the heel. We send the knee back. We step it back behind, and we lunge again. Lovely work. Catch your breath for a second. We've got 3 and 2. We hold it down here. We lift just the front right heel. Place it down. We step back up. We come down. Shoulders lovely and open. Lift the heel. Place it down. We come back up. Down. Heel lifts. Heel down. Come back up. We come down. Heel lifts. Hold it here. Right arm comes out. Left arm comes out. One on top of the other. Open the collarbones. We pulse with the heel high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the heel down. We step up with the left leg. We step it back. We lift the right heel. We pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel comes down. We lift up. Not like I'm doing. Send it back down. Lunge, lift the heel. Pulse. Last one here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Turn around. Send the left leg out wide. So from here then, we can release the arms and we come down to a squat. Stand it back up. Lovely work. Release down and back up. We've got 3 and 2. Body nice and upright, guys. Try to avoid bending forward. We want the seat bones low, body upright. Last one here. Hold it. We'll lift the right heel, place it down. Seek you to drop the seat bones a little. Lift the left heel, place it down. Right heel, place it down. Left heel. Last one here. We pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left hand to the mat, right hand to the mat. 2 feet walk back. We're back in down dog. Walk it out, guys. Lovely work. We've 3 and 2 and 1. 2 knees come down onto the mat. We sit back into child's pose for a little second. Catch the breath before we go to the other side. You're like, oh, forgot about the other side. Big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. One more big breath and exhale. And we'll bring ourselves back up to all fours. And again, we're coming back down to the elbows to come onto the left-hand side. So set up important here, elbows in a little. Try not to have them too wide. And we walk ourselves forward a little so that the collarbones, the weight is forward. Collarbones in line with the wrists. Have a check, the knees then are in line with the hips. We lift the rib cage up, we close the mouth of the core. We send the left leg long behind, flex the heel. Try not to open the hip out. So from this side would be to open the hip as such. We want the hip to face down. We send the left leg back, we tap the floor, we lift it high. We tap the floor, we lift it high. Lovely work. So again, you guys know now, you want to think about the rib cage. You want to think about the weight going over to the left side this time. Try to send it over there. And also to just have a think, it's not coming into the lower back. We lift nice and high with control. We're not throwing or dumping. We 5 and 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold it here. Take a bend in the knee. The heel goes to the ceiling. We let the knee come down towards the mat without touching, and then we send the heel back up. We release it back down. We drive it back up. Release down. Checking that rib cage. Checking the hip is still facing downwards. We've 3 and 2 weight over to the left. Last one, the knee comes back down. We open out to the side, bring it back in. We open out to the side, bring it back in. We've 5 and 4, 3, 2, and the last one here. Send the leg out long, point the toe. Bring it across the right leg, tap the floor. Drawing a nice big rainbow, as long as it's not into the lower back, comes around to the, in line with your left hip, tap the floor. Drawing a big rainbow, tap the floor. Lovely work. Keeping up on the rib cage, making sure you haven't collapsed down towards your hands. We've got 3, and tap, and 2, and tap, and last one, and tap. Lovely work. Keep that left leg floating if you can. Keep it in line with the hip. Try not to let it fall down towards the mat. Left hand to the mat, right hand to the mat. We check our setup here, big time, guys. 10 fingers spread wide, so we've got a good grounding. Wrists in line with the shoulders, closing the mouth of the core there. And we're thinking of our elbows again. We know we can move them without moving our hands or arms. We want the creases facing forwards. We're going to take either just a little bend, whatever it is that you have in you today, but keeping those elbows in tight. We're thinking of a forward motion with the forward. We might go fully down, you might go halfway down, whatever you feel like today. We've got 5 and back up, and 4 and up, 3, 2, and last one. Bring yourself back up. Left toes meet the mat. Yay. And then unfortunately right toes meet the mat. Plank position, holding it here for a little second, and then we come into our down dog. Beautiful. Send those heels down. We walk our hands back towards our feet. Soft bend in the knees, release the head, neck and shoulders. Slowly bringing ourselves back up to standing. Send the fingertips up to the ceiling, reach up. Big inhale, and as we exhale, arms come down by the sides, chin to the chest. We start to roll ourselves down, soft bend in the knees. We walk ourselves back out to a plank. We might just hold it. We might turn the elbows so the creases face forward, take a press up, it's completely optional. We might stay on 2 legs. We might take that extra challenge of raising the left leg this time. We come into down dog either on 2 legs or into the 3-leg down dog. And then we start to walk our hands back towards the feet or foot, whichever option you've taken. We try to keep the left leg off the mat. We nearly fall over. We send the hands up to the ceiling and we open out, chin to the chest. We start to roll back down with control. I know you want to rush to get down to the mat. Try to send the hands to the feet rather than send them out too far. We walk out to our plank. Check the plank position. Wrists in line with the shoulders. We hold it. We might take a press up. Totally optional. We come back to our 2-leg down dog or 3-leg down dog, and we walk our hands back to the foot or feet. We come back up. We send the hands up to the ceiling. And from here, we open out. You lift the left leg if it isn't already lifted, and you step forward with that left leg. Lovely work. Okay, hands come, left hand up to the ceiling, right fingertips down to the floor. And we're coming into a lunge. We're checking that the left knee is in line with the heel here, and that the back knee isn't touching the mat. We're reaching away with the left fingertips, reaching away with the right fingertips. And then we're going to bring a bit of movement into the arms, a bit of a bounce into the movement as we swing the arms. Lovely movement into the shoulders as we go. Lovely work. And exaggerate those movements with the arms as much as possible. We've got 3 and 2 and last one. We step up, we bring the right leg with us, the arms change over. We bring it back, the arms change over. We lunge, we step up, arms change over. We step it back with control and we lunge. We step up. Woo. And we step back with control and we lunge. We've got 3 and back and down and 2 and back and down. Last 1. And we meet back with the right knee high, and a big balance challenge here. The 2 arms come out in front. I fall over. My left side's dreadful. And so opening the shoulders, we send that right leg in front, flex the heel. Sorry. Bend into the right knee. We go into our T shape. The arms come out in front. The right leg comes back behind. We try to drop the chest down. We send the right leg long. And then we bring our body back up. And we send the right leg out in front. We flex the heel. We bend the knee. This is how I got into Pilates. I had a horse fall on my left leg and it was so weak. It's still weaker than my right, but it's just improved so much. So it's a real, I know I fall over, but it shows that it works. It shows that it works. Bring it back to center. Send the right leg out. Heel flexed. Last one here as we come into our T shape. We send the right leg long behind. Try to drop the chest. And then we step the right foot back behind. Lovely work. The hands come one on top of the other. We raise the left heel. We place it down and we step up. We come down, raise the left heel, come down and we step up. We come down, we raise the left heel and we pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Come up. We release down. We raise the left heel. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Step up. Last one here. Come down. Raise the heel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. We bring the back leg with us. We step up. We send it back behind. We come down. Raise the heel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Heel down. Step up. Last one here. Come down. Lift the heel. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel comes down. We step up. We send the right leg wide. Hands come down to center. We're down in our squat and back up. Lovely work. So a little bit of positioning on this, avoiding body coming forward, bum coming out. Seat bones low, body upright. Tuck the tailbone a little. Lovely. We've got 3 and 2. And last one here, we hold it down. We try to go as low as we can go. We lift the right heel, we release it down. We lift the left heel, release it down. Little lower. Right heel, release it down. Left heel, release it down. 2 heels, hold it here for a second. Release the seat bones a little, drop them down and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Step up. Chin to chest, roll yourselves down. Let everything hang long towards the mat. Shake it out, release it out. Take a big inhale. And as we exhale, we bring our seat bones down to the mat. You might need to adjust your feet. We come into a low seated squat again, finding length in the spine here, guys. Maybe bringing the arms in line with the ears. Just holding it. Hopefully it's a little bit looser than the last time we did it. Holding it here, catching the breath, and then releasing the seat bones down onto the mat, beautifully and gracefully. No feet flying in the air, I'm sure. So from there, we'll come down to lying down onto our backs. Woo! Basically back in bed, sure. Open the shoulders. Feet are flat on the mat, hip distance apart. Little bit of awareness into the pelvis here. You can even place your hands onto your 2 hips. We'll send the pelvis down towards your heels, so you bring a big arch into the spine. And then you come back to what we would call neutral, and then you send it back towards the belly button where you imprint or flatten the spine out onto the mat. Come back to center, send it down towards the heels, back to center, back to the belly button. You can bring your arms overhead now. Continue on with that movement. Let the chin come to the chest as the pelvis goes to the heels. Send it back to center and release it back. Back to center, chin to the chest in that arch. Back to center and back to the belly button. Taking a big inhale. And as we exhale, we tilt the pelvis back towards the belly button and we begin to peel the spine up off the mat. We start to move the arms back to center towards the ceiling and we come up into our bridge. Big inhale at the top, and as we exhale, we release the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae as we let the arms come back overhead. Try to land your seat bones towards your heels a little bit more so that you get length in the spine. Spine down towards the heels, chin to the chest. Big inhale as we exhale, tilt the pelvis back again, roll the spine up, arms come forward, and we are back into our shoulder bridge. Having a check that your weight's evenly distributed on the insides and the outsides of your feet. Sometimes the knees can splay out a little, we want to keep them forward here. Big inhale, and as we exhale, we release ourselves back down, the arms go back overhead. Tilt the pelvis down towards the floor. Back to center, big inhale. As we exhale, we lift back up into our bridge. We let the two arms come down flat on the mat beside us. We stay in our bridge here for a little second. So again, just having a little check of the setup. We want to avoid our rib cage from flaring up here. If we're to look up, we want to see our hips rather than our rib cage. So you're thinking about release that rib cage into a hammock. If you were to imagine sending the heels back to the seat bones, that's going to switch on the whole back line. So we're not moving the heels, but we're trying to send them back to the seat bones. From here, again, with that awareness of quietness in the pelvis without wanting it to rock left and right, we're going to bring all our weight into our left leg and we'll lift our right leg to tabletop. We want to keep that nice 90-degree shape here, guys, as we place the right foot back down, and then in the transition of changing the weight from the right foot to the left foot, the pelvis stays lovely and quiet. We lift the left leg into tabletop, and then we place the left foot back down, transitioning the weight across again quietly in the pelvis. The right leg comes to tabletop. We place the right leg down. Last time here, we lift the left leg into tabletop. We place the left leg back down, resetting, checking that the weight is even on both sides of the feet. We lift the heels and then we release them back down. We lift the heels and release back down. We've got 3 and 2 and last 1. We place all the weight into that left foot again. The right leg raises to tabletop. The right toes go towards the ceiling. And then we're coming into a single leg bridge. So we're going to release the spine like we did vertebrae by vertebrae. So not just the pelvis coming down, it's coming down one little vertebrae at a time. As we reach, we come right back up, toes to the ceiling. Place the right foot back down on the mat. Transition the weight over nice and quietly. Left leg to tabletop, toes to the ceiling. We release the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae, and we tap, and then we release back up vertebrae, or come back up vertebrae by vertebrae. Left leg tabletop, place it back down. Lovely work. We're going to walk the toes, our right foot out towards the edge of the mat, toes slightly turned out. Heel toe the left foot out to the edge of the mat, toes slightly turned out. We can lift our pelvis a little bit higher here, careful of the rib cage. And then this time, I had mentioned last time not to drop just the pelvis, but this time we are going to just use the pelvis. We release the pelvis down and we drive it back up. We release the pelvis down, drive it back up. We're going to squeeze the glutes at the top. We come up and squeeze and release back down. Up and squeeze, release back down. We've got 5 and 4, 3, 2. Last one here, hold it and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Release it all down. Hug the knees in, rock left and right. Lovely work, guys. Super, super. Send the 2 feet back down to the mat. Let them go a little bit further out than where they were. We'll send the 2 arms overhead, but in a very relaxed fashion. Elbows bent, fingertips might touch over here, but it's all very relaxed. The shoulder blades are in underneath. We're again coming back into our bridge, but just in a much more relaxed way. Taking a big inhale. As we exhale, we tilt the pelvis back. We come back up into our bridge. We hold it here at the top. Take a big inhale, and we're going to go really, really slowly to release. As we start to exhale, we just let go of our forehead, shake it out, release out any wrinkles or tension held there, our cheeks, our jaw. And then we let go of our collarbones into the mat, then our chest bone into our spine, our front ribs to our back ribs. And as our lower mid-spine starts to reach the mat, we send the seat bones to the heels. As we land those seat bones, we tilt the pelvis down towards the heels, chin to the chest. Big stretch, big inhale. And as we exhale, we tilt the pelvis back towards the belly button again, and we begin to peel that spine up off the floor. 2 knees facing forwards. When we're at the top, big, big inhale, and we're really slowly going to release the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw. Then we just release the collarbones, chest to the spine, the front ribs to the back ribs, mid-spine, lower spine, and as those seat bones land, they land towards the heels. Send the pelvis down towards the heels, chin to the chest. Bring the arms forward, hug the knees in. Turning to your side and come up to seated. Crossing your legs and then recross them to the other way. It'll probably feel funny. We always cross our legs the same way, but it's really good to change the pattern of the way you sit. Find your seat bones. If you're anything like me, you might need to remove a bit of flesh to get there. That's okay. And from there, we're sitting lovely and upright. We bring our left hand to our right knee. Our right hand comes right behind us to the fingertips. And then as we exhale, we come around to try and rotate around the rib cage. Have a look over the right shoulder. Big inhale. And as we exhale, we see, could we release a little more? Big inhale. And as we exhale, we try to release around a little more. And then we come back to center. Right hand onto the left knee, left hand right behind us onto the fingertips, using the right hand onto the right knee to help us rotate around. Big inhale. And as we exhale, big inhale. And exhale. Last one here. Big inhale. And exhale. Bringing yourself back to center. And then last little bit here, we'll walk our hands out in front, going to wherever you can go to today. So some people, this is going to be where we're going, and that's fine. You're going to feel it on your hips opening here. Only going to where you are, a little bit of slight discomfort, but definitely no pain. Other people will feel that they're a little bit looser. They can come down onto elbows. They can reach really far out. But just coming to wherever you want to come to today. Hold it here for a little second. Breathe through that little bit of discomfort. That's all we want, is discomfort. Absolutely no pain in any way. So taking big, big breaths. And maybe seeing, could you go a little deeper each time you exhale? Last little breath here. Big inhale. And start to walk your hands back up. And guys, you are all done. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.